So, Michael, I'm blown away. Dude, you're in the best shape ever since I've known you. Let's break down. What are you doing? What are you up to? What are you doing on your health and fitness journey? It's summertime. Sun's out, guns out, by the way. I love that you got a tank top on. Tell us, like, where are you at in your journey?
Yeah, so a couple of things. The tank top is simply because I'm going to get out of this chair and go right to my gym, which is down the hallway. I will admit to being a little, I don't know, nervous wearing this on video, but I'm like, Ty and I are boys. It is what it is. But so I almost put on a t-shirt instead of this, but it is what it is. But I now follow something. I believe his name is Jesse Itzler has put out there that every year you should try to do something really hard. And this came to me after 2023 because I had nothing to look back on, right? If I think if most people looked at what we did in 2023, you would call it a great year. But I was significantly disappointed with it because I had nothing. I was just comfortable, right? I kind of floated through the year. Not too high, not too low, but I have nothing to look back on. So where that led me to was first 2024 was in early January, like I think it was the 5th. I signed up for the Vegas Marathon, which was in November.
Yep.
And if you knew me, I have been talking about doing a marathon since I was 30. Longest I'd ever run was 13.1 or half a marathon. I'd done that 4 or 5 times, never more than that. And I always talked about it, but never did anything about it. And that Jesse Itzler thing just kept rattling around in my head and my significant disappointment with 2023. So I bought the ticket, signed up. Now I'm committed. And I did the marathon, right? I trained for it. I did all of it. I finished it. And I remember crossing, I can still remember the feeling. I can still visualize the last 3 blocks going down Fremont Street and seeing the finish line, crossing the finish line, being totally broken and busted. I mean, the last 3 miles were so painful. But I remember crossing the finish line and getting emotional because I had done something I talked about for 30 years and I'd completed it. And, I got the medal. It's over my shoulder. I'll keep that forever. And so it was a big deal. Jesse Itzler's right. I think if you're an adult, man or woman, you need to get a hard challenge. So I wasn't going to do another marathon because, I'm now checked the box. So I was thinking, what am I going to do in 2025?
Yeah.
And, again, that's really weird. The marathon was like November 6th or 12th or something in early November. And by the time we roll around to January, I'm just a fat goo because I'm not running anymore. I'm not doing any exercise. And I am fat, right? I'm probably as fat as I'd ever been and not fitting in my clothes. And it's just, everything is uncomfortable. And, I go get a DEXA scan and it's 34.8%. I'm in the 99 percentile for fat. And, my biological age is all fucked up. My blood work's all fucked up. And I decided at that moment that I'm going to see if at age 53, I can get to 9.9, right? Below double digits. So that becomes my hard thing, like January 1st or January 2nd of 2025. So as everything I do, I get committed. So I get a doctor involved, right? So I have one of our monthly calls I actually share on this channel with Dr. Jeff. We go through the blood work. He's giving me, supplements and things to take. But I have to do this. I have to figure it out on my own. And there's so many little things I've done to go from what was 34.8 to my latest reading this morning, 12.5, that everybody could do. One of the first things I had to realize is my old way of working out was not conducive to what I wanted to do. My old way of working out was very CrossFit driven. If you've ever been to a CrossFit workout, a WOD as they call them, workout of the day, they basically try to kill you in 15 minutes. That's basically what they try to do.
Yeah.
Right. Many awads, I was left wallowing on the ground for minutes because they're that intense. And frankly, because again, I'd done CrossFit for 5 years, maybe 6 years, and was in the top 5% for my age group in the country. And that's how I measured a workout, was if I'm done with the workout and walk to my car, the workout sucked. If I have to sit down and catch my breath for 90 seconds, it was a good workout. If I'm left on the ground wallowing in a pool of sweat, it was awesome.
Yep.
Right? That's just how
CrossFit. Yep.
That was just how my mind was wired. But that's not how a 53-year-old man is going to lose body fat. You don't kill yourself in 12 or 13 minutes and then, go on with your day. So the first thing I did is I changed my workouts. I went from trying to get to zone 3 or zone 4, heart rates, to really never getting above zone 2, except for maybe once a week when I do a high interval, some sprints. But I'm walking a lot. I don't run, right? I do one workout a week where I do some sprints and jogs, but other than that, I'm not running miles, right? I'm not doing 30 miles a week or 40 miles because that just gets the hunger up. So it's really weird. Over the last 30 days, my average has been 25,000 steps a day. That's about 3.5 hours of walking. And
wait, hold on. So that's your average. Say that one more time.
25,000 steps a day for the last 30 days.
Wow.
Right.
So
that's
people hold on. So if I convert those to miles, 10,000 steps is about 5 miles. So I'm doing 10 to 12 miles of walking a day. Yeah. And
so
how do 3.5 hours, you said?
Yeah, it's about 3.5 hours. So again, I'm very lucky. I have done 10,000 steps by 7:30 a.m. So I do a live show, as you know, 7:30 a.m., but I'm up at 5. So I've done 10,000 steps before 7:30 a.m. every day. Then when my show is done at 11, I go do another hour, and then I do an hour right before bed. That's it. It's really simple, right? I got a treadmill. I got to, put on some tunes or podcast or whatever, and I just go. It's awesome. So that's the first thing, is I had to change my workouts. And fat is falling off.
Yeah.
I mean, falling off. Now, again, I realize I'm really lucky. I have the ability to do 3.5 hours of walking. But folks, if you're doing 4,000 steps a day, just do 6. If you're doing 6, do 8.
Yeah.
It is really that simple. You just got to move the body. It doesn't have to be high intensity. I was wrong for years. I thought it was like high intensity all the time.
Yeah. And also too, and I think, just knowing the room, and I know there's all age groups in the One Reel at a Time community, but I would say that our group typically trends a little bit more to family, moms and dads. If I look at like the people that have come to the live event the last 2 years in a row, we have a lot of people. The average age is probably somewhere in the early to mid 40s. Does that feel?
Yeah. I think one of the things you realize as a content creator is you attract your tribe, and they're mirrors of you. So I would guess the average person is over 40. Certainly not everybody, but average. And they're probably busy professionals. Again, they're very much a version of me, a decade ago. And that's awesome. And I just want you to know, guys, all you got to do is do an extra 2,000, whatever you're doing now, do 2,000 more steps.
Add on to it.
You'll be better off.
It's so interesting. And it's not, hey, go join a CrossFit gym, but it's like, hey, sustainability. Because here's what I really heard you say right now. Sustainability of just getting steps in, going from 2,000 steps to 4,000 steps to 5,000 steps. Because it's interesting. I'm back on that journey also of about 5,000 steps over the last probably 3 weeks, working my way back to 10,000 steps. And then also doing heavy lifting 3 times a week, which I have not been doing, but that's a part of it, is adding that in. And I'm also 53, about to be 54. So it's interesting that sometimes we overcomplicate it and we think, oh, it's got to be this kind of a gym, or I got to go here, or I got a membership, or
just walk.
Just move. Just walk and move.
Just
I
move.
love it.
It doesn't cost anything. The next thing I did is we're tracking everything. So I went out and bought an Aura ring, not sponsored, Aura ring. I have an app that tracks my macros. I think it's called MyFitnessPal. I think it's called. And I'm tracking everything.
What are macros? Explain that and what you're doing with MyFitnessPal. That's important.
Yeah. So MyFitnessPal, I'm putting in my breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. And my goal is to get no less than 180 grams of protein. So very much chicken, meat, protein powder based. My calorie total is 1,900 a day, right? That's my maintenance calories.
Okay.
So that's the number. And again, I'm tracking everything, and it's eye-opening. I remember when I first started, it kind of felt odd, but now that I've been doing it for now almost 6 months, I do it right when I'm down eating. It's second nature. Track what you're putting in your mouth. And again, if you're looking to lose fat and gain muscle, you got to up protein.
Yeah,
you just have to. And again, just like we talked about with walking, if you're at like everybody's guessing until you track what you're eating, you're guessing. So I want to have it no less than 180 grams of protein. And again, that means I choose my protein first and I fill around it with carbs and fats and things. Yeah. And the last thing, I'll give you a little freebie here. The most awesome device I did buy was a Ninja Creamy. Those things are amazing, right? I basically take
a little
Greek yogurt, protein powder, milk, freeze it, and then I put it in this Ninja Creamy, and it's like freaking black magic. It becomes ice cream. And I'm like, this is 70 grams of protein, and I think it's ice cream. Oh, I love it. Amazing. It's amazing. Ninja Creamy.
I love it. Talk about the fitness app. Talk about that, because it's when you put it in, it's not like you're figuring it out. It knows, okay, I had a chicken breast, a 6-ounce chicken breast. It knows, okay, this is so. Explain that about how nice that app is. And it's free too. There is an upgrade version, but explain that.
Yeah, so I'll just pull up yesterday's eating. So for breakfast, I had black coffee, so nothing. Lunch, we actually went out. One of the things I'm doing now is I don't go out to eat a lot because I don't get to control what I eat. But Olivia likes to go out, so we compromise. So yesterday I had compound chicken in white rice, and then I had some chicken thighs as well to get more protein. So that was 849 calories. We'll get to the macros in a minute. And then dinner, I had just a grass-fed ribeye, made it on the barbecue, 665 calories. And then I did that Ninja Creamy snack, which was Greek yogurt, almond milk, and vanilla protein. So that's 428 calories. But that's not what we care about. We actually care about the macros. So let me see if I can go back to tomorrow. How do I do this? So the macros on that, I actually had 208 grams of protein yesterday. So again, more than 180.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing. And then the last thing I got is I went out and did buy a Hume Body Pod, which is an amazing scale. You actually put your hands on it, and it tries to measure your body fat, bone density, things of that nature. It puts out charts like this.
Nice. Yeah.
So this does.
Yep.
Yeah, this is pounds. You can change it to fat, which is what I obviously look at. So right now it says I have 14.2% fat in my arms. I have 11.9 in my trunk and 9% in my legs. Right.
There we go.
Right. So again, it's these, and again, I weigh myself every morning when I get up, so it's consistent. And it's just when you're trying to lose body fat, you can't have a regular scale, because I was stuck at 199, 200 pounds for about a month. If I didn't have this Hume body scale, I would not have realized that I was adding muscle and losing fat. Right? I would have been frustrated, because there was a month where my weight didn't change, but my body was physically changing.
Yeah. And,
don't believe that it's not about the scale. It's certainly, if you want to get in shape, it's not about the scale. If I am 9.9% body fat and I weigh 250 pounds, I don't care. And to be clear, I've never been more than 220. I'm just trying to make people realize it's not about the pounds on the scale. It's about your body composition.
Yeah.
And that's important. So I just want people to realize it's there. And I really think about what we've done at One Rental at a Time, building a brand, have people get financially free. The thing I love about this health journey is it's just do the work. It's amazing. And the thing I love about this health journey is I've seen a lot of change in 5 months and 6 days. I didn't see a lot of wealth built in 5 months and 6 days, right? I've seen my body change in ways I didn't know was possible, right? Getting wealthy I tell everybody, is a 10-year journey. Folks, you can get remarkably healthy in 6 months. 6 months, right? There's so many dads, and I'm sure moms say this as well, but I'm a guy, so I hear dads. How many dads have said, I would die for my family? Everyone I've ever talked to would say that. But would you live for them? Would you get healthy for them? I mean,
that's a great question. That's the real question. That's the real question.
That's what I'm telling you guys. I mean, I can remember getting in the DEXA scan, seeing how out of shape and fat I was. I had a gut, I had a beer belly, or whatever you would call that, and I was not happy. I'm not even sure how Olivia slept with me, but thankfully she did. But I mean, it was, guys, you say you would die for your family and happy to do it. Would you live for them? Let's go.
We'll end on that. That's the one. That's the one, dude. You just got me. I got to go get my steps in. I got to go change. I got to throw away all the sugar in my pantry. Folks, Michael, thank you for sharing this. Very inspirational. Maybe shout out your doctor. Shout out your doctor, because that was cool. He came to the event in Vegas. He came and spoke. He did like a 90-minute keynote. That was awesome. Share that.
Yeah, Dr. Jeff Recelebrate. He actually has a playlist on my channel called Biohacking. He does a lot of stem cells. He's really into helping your body be the best it can be. And Dr. Jeff, thank you. We're actually scheduled. We're going to go live June 27th. And we go live once a month together where we actually look at my blood work. We look at what's going on. And, we allow people to ask questions. So thanks, Dr. Jeff. Take care, Ty. Thanks again.
Awesome. Thank you, Michael.